Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Nurin Hazani binti Nazri with metric number 1180091. Today, I will present to you about two chapters in the books of Principles of Journalism, which are chapter 2 and chapter 3. Okay, let's start. In chapter 2, there are explanations about principles of journalism that all journalists have to consider to. One of the principles is to the truth, and also the news have to be transparent enough so that the audience can make their own judgment without our influence. Besides that, the first loyalty is to citizens, reporting the truth for the audience without the influences from the others. Moreover, the journalist should have professional discipline for verifying information from various sources. It also must be open to the public criticism and compromise from the audience to improve the quality of their works. Besides, the journalist must keep the news comprehensive and proportional, not the sensation, stereotyping, or being disproportionately negative. Lastly, its practitioners must be allowed to exercise their personal conscience. Now we are at chapter 3. In chapter 3, there is a discussion about Islamic journalism ethics. There are 5 concepts of the Islamic worldview that could be the fundamental principles of communication ethics for Muslim journalists. First and foremost is theory of Tawhid. What is meant by theory of Tawhid? Tawhid means stressing the concept of unity or oneness of Allah. Second principle that is being discussed in this chapter is Al-Ma'ruf wa Nahi Anil Munkar, or which means commenting to the right and prohibiting from the wrong. According to Islam, journalists have the responsibility to grab the opportunity to guide the community towards the right path and prevent them from choosing the wrong way. Moreover, the third principle that has been mentioned is Ummah, or community. Under this principle, all Muslims has to apply new concept which does not differentiate each others according to their races, ethnicity, tribalism, nationalism, and distinguish one member of the community from the others because of that differences. Fourth principle of Islamic worldview is the concept of taqwa, or can be translated as piety. Taqwa is best described as the instinct in human beings to guard against harmful and dangerous things. Taqwa is also a cardinal virtue that enables one to take good care of oneself out of gratitude towards Almighty God for His gift of life as well as of faith. Final principle that has been outlined in this chapter is Al-Amanah. Al-Amanah refers to something that is granted to a person to be performed or preserved, and that person will be held responsible and accountable for errors or treasures. In the event of such, then a person entrusted with Al-Amanah will be held accountable and must face the punishment of his good accordingly. Moreover, in this chapter, there is also an explanation about several lessons from Prophet Muhammad that the students of journalism can learn to, which is 3 of them are: don't separate the da'wah of your words with the da'wah of your actions. Second, don't criticize the gods of other groups. And third, don't report on anything of which you are uncertain. There are also some explanations about 4 basic principles of journalism as perceived by Islamic worldview. The first principle is the concept of haq, which is truth. In Quran, have mentioned that we cannot mix the haq, which is truth, and batil, which means falsehood, and hide the truth knowledgeably. Second principle is journalists have the role as educators and teachers who encourage others to do good deeds and forbid what is wrong. Third principle has been mentioned in this chapter is maslahah. What is meant by maslahah? Maslahah means to seek the best for public interest. Under this principle, journalists have the role of an agent of change to the society. The final principle is wasatiyah. Wasatiyah means moderation, refers to impartiality and fairness. This principle can also mean justice, not support one side of both who are in the conflicts. Okay, I think that's all from me for today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum.